Well, Amy Clements, I'm so glad that you could visit with me today.
So glad I could be here.
I'm excited, and this is a great thanks to you, but we are starting our Nights of Shelter campaign, which is our annual campaign, and it's really the biggest fundraiser that we have all year besides our gala, and that's just a smidgen of what we can do with our Nights of Shelter campaign. So I owe a lot of our big kickoff event to you this year. I'm excited, but as you know, our Nights of Shelter has always been a fundraiser to help us pay for kids in the emergency youth shelter. But we're kind of spreading that definition of shelter this year because we have our new homeless program for 16 to 17-year-olds called Thelma's House. And then of course we have our transitional living for young adults who are homeless, ages 18 to 22, and lots of those kiddos actually have babies of their own. Yeah, so we are housing 0 to 22 through shelter. And our Nights of Shelter campaign is used to fund all of those programs, but not in its entirety, because usually we have some kind of a pay source for the children and youth and young adults that we serve because we have some federal grants. But oftentimes we'll have some kiddos that don't meet the criteria for that federal grant, and then those are the kids that we are taking care of pro bono. They're the ones who kind of fall through the cracks, and you know, part of that Nights of Shelter money also includes their case management and their therapy and other things that they may need. So I just want to thank you for helping us this year because we're kicking off Nights of Shelter bigger than we've ever done before. We are doing an online art auction on Facebook, on the Youth and Family Facebook page with your art.
I am so excited.
Yeah.
I've been working all year, and we sold a few pieces earlier this year.
We did,
but
in January.
I think doing it online, a silent auction, is just brilliant. So all the art I've been working on all year long, finally we can just put it all out there and let people pick their favorites.
And there's 26 pieces. They are gorgeous.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your art style and what brought you into art, because I know by trade you're a phenomenal realtor.
Thank you.
But you're also a phenomenal artist and illustrator. So just tell me a little bit about how you came about becoming an artist illustrator.
Well, I've been drawing since I was about 5. My first art desk was in my mom's living room, right? And I was really proud of it. And I went to college to be a medical illustrator. So I love science and I love art, and that was going to be perfect for me. But then I feel a little bit like Forrest Gump professionally. I tend to dabble, I'm all over the place. So before I went to graduate school for medical illustration, I fell in love with the Air Force, and I did that. And then after that, when our daughter was born, I got into real estate. We happened to be here in Enid at the time. But real estate is really stressful. And so getting back to my art roots is how I'm doing self-care.
That's your therapy.
That's my therapy,
Yeah.
and it helps me achieve that work-life balance that we're all after. And I didn't really get started in it until we actually got an assignment to England, and I got an idea from one of the people I met there. And it just clicked for me because for me to enjoy art, I can't be worried about selling it, and I can't be worried about how much I should charge for it. That makes it more like a job and less fun. So this is just perfect. Selling art for charity makes me feel like I'm giving back and also just really enjoying being able to do it. And when we got this Enid assignment, again, I just knew that you guys were the perfect fit for what I could do.
Lucky us.
Yeah, good.
So you are a veteran. And we held off on kicking off the Nights of Shelter until Veterans Day in honor of you and your work. And I also just want to take a moment to thank our friends out at Vance Air Force Base because they are so supportive of youth and family services and all the programs that we have. And anytime there's a need, they jump. And I mean, they jump big. And we're in the middle of Project Santa this year, and we are almost done because so many of the squadrons and their spouses out at Vance have really stepped up in a big way and have adopted all these kids for Christmas. So that's going to be fabulous. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your art style, the different pictures that people are going to see when they go online.
Well, when I started this particular project back in England, my idea was that I would do illustrations for each of the 50 states. Each state has a tree, and each state has an animal and a bird and a fish, and I thought I would do 4 for each state, and I thought I would do them all in a year, which was really ambitious because that's a lot of illustrations. But since we got back here, I've actually shifted it a little because we are in Oklahoma, and the people who are going to be buying this art are probably from Oklahoma or have some affinity to Oklahoma. So I've been doing a lot more animals that are local here. And it's kind of cool because I have learned a lot about Oklahoma in the process when I'm doing the research to find what animals do people see around here. I had no idea. Cougars and bobcats. And one of the ones I brought with me today is this is the one I did most recently, and this is a peregrine falcon.
I love it.
These are actually found all over the United States, but they are found here in Oklahoma. You can actually trap them here because they're very intelligent birds and they're easily trained and they breed well in captivity. But anyway, I get to learn a little bit about each animal as I do it. And sometimes I'm moved to do something else. Some of the ones that you have on your Facebook page right now are definitely not Oklahoma animals. There's a African elephant and a sea otter and a few others, and I just felt like doing those because I really enjoyed them.
Well, they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
And so what is it called exactly, your style? It's pencil?
I would call it photorealism, and a lot of people, a lot of artists would say, oh, it's not art, that's illustration, because I really do keep them very close to the source photos. It's not an incredibly creative process, it's more of a precise process.
Well, the detail is amazing, and they do look like photographs to me. In fact, when you and I met last year, I was dabbling a little bit in what I call sort of, I don't know, fantasy or whimsy kind of art, and I saw yours and I suddenly felt really inadequate because I can't do that kind of detail. It's just incredible, the work that you do. And so I just want to encourage everybody to go to Facebook, to our Youth and Family Services Facebook page.
Well, it's right on time for Christmas.
It
so
is.
Just take a look, and maybe if there's nothing there for you, there's something there for a family member, and you could, for $30, if you're lucky and nobody outbids you, you could have a great original piece of art to give somebody for Christmas.
Exactly. And not only are you giving the gift of original art for Christmas, but you're giving the gift of shelter for children, youth, and young adults in need, getting them off of the streets. So that's so important. So people can go right to Youth and Family Services Facebook page. They'll see it. There are 26 pictures. And what I put in the description was to just go to the picture you like. In the comments section, put your bid, and starting bid is $30 because that's what it costs to house an individual for the evening. And just keep going and keep watching it until the end of the month. And that's when we'll bring it to a close. And I will contact everybody, all of the winning bidders, and let them know how they can pay, because they can pay over the phone with a credit card, or they can go online and pay through PayPal. They can send me a check or come by the office. And if they're out of town or out of state, I'm happy to ship their pictures for just $5.
Yeah, you're making it very easy.
Yeah.
And I think, too, people can share that post as well. And just really spread the word out there.
Yes, absolutely. Help us get the word out. So help a child or a youth in need for Christmas. Give an incredible original piece of art for Christmas. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
I think so.
Well, thanks so much, Amy. I appreciate that you gave me some time to talk about what you do. Thank you for sharing your artwork with us, and thank you for your service, and your husband. You guys are just such an asset to Youth and Family Services and to Enid, so we appreciate you.
I'm so glad. Thank you, Tree.
Sure.